Hello, I'm Nancy Pearlman here in Lucerne, Switzerland. On this edition of ECONEWS, we enjoy some of the rich cultural heritage in the central part of the Swiss Alps. And we see some special ecosystems, including a UNESCO biosphere.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Bühler. I'm city guide of Lucerne. Welcome to one of the most beautiful cities in Switzerland. We are here in the German part. Lucerne has a lot of interesting things. You see a lot of mountains, historical sites. We have about 60,000 people living in this area. The bridge is called the Chapel Bridge because we do have a chapel here on the left-hand side, and the bridge is almost 700 years old. It was part of the town fortification and of course built as bridge. In 1993 there was a big fire and destroyed most of the bridge and very old paintings. Paintings that were about 400 years old, and 80 of 110 were lost by the fire. The railway station is also a new one. We had a fire too in 1971. You can only see the arch from the old station. Behind of me is the Baker's Guild with the family coat of arms of the founders who founded the Baker's Guild. 1898 we started. 100 years ago we started to paint houses. It's called the clock tower, the oldest clock within the city, and it rings 1 minute before all other clocks in the city, because it's a privilege, because it's the oldest.
The wall behind me was the outer ring of fortification to protect the city. It is being restored at a cost of over 12 million francs, or about $12 million.
It's called the Jesuit church here, and it was built in the 17th century by the Jesuits. They were brought to Lucerne in the 17th century, built the church and built also the school system. It was the first Baroque church in Switzerland, and inside it was renovated in Rococo style a little bit later. The saint of the church, and his name is Saint Francis Xavier. We do have exotic animals because he was missionary in India and Asia. You see that there is an elephant. And it's fresh water from Mount Pilatus, pure and fresh, and you can drink it. It's drinkable. It's the Löwendenkmal. In English it's the Lion Monument, and it was built here almost 200 years ago in 1820-21 by Lucas Ahorn. It was a man from Copenhagen, Denmark, and he made the line here as a memory of the fallen soldiers who were protecting the French king during the French Revolution. There was almost 1,000 Swiss soldiers protecting the king and the family, and almost everybody was killed during the revolution. Behind the city there is Mount Pilatus. It's 7,000 feet high, and the steepest cogwheel train in the world goes up there.
Okay, here we are one of our most important parts to explain you how the cogwheel railway system is working on Mount Pilatus. Normally a cogwheel railway has the hooks on top of the rail, and here you see we have it on the sides, and the reason is because this is the world's steepest cogwheel railway, and we're running it since 120 years. 4th of June 1889 we started.
100 Steinböcke.
In this area of Mount Pilatus, we have around 120 ibex.
Sind national geschützte Tiere.
These are national protected animals, rare species.
The Alpine Ibex, also commonly known as the Steinbock, is a species of wild goat that lives in the high elevations of the European Alps. The Alpine Ibex is the most commonly encountered horned animal in the Alps. There are 5 other ibex subspecies in the Caucasus, in Central Asia, in the Middle East, on the Arabian Peninsula, and in the mountain regions of Sudan and Ethiopia in Africa. The most prominent ibex feature is the horn. They grow 2 nods a year and have them for life. They live for about 20 to 24 years. The mating season is in December and January, with a gestation period of 21 to 23 weeks. In summer, ibexes store fat reserves that make up approximately 35% of their body mass when they reach rutting season. In May or June, the females will separate from the herd to give birth to their kids in an inaccessible place on their territory. Usually they have 1 kid, rarely 2. Being ruminants, ibexes are able to take up a great deal of food in a relatively short time. Their efficient digestive system allows them to gradually process all the rather rough, tough plants they ingest. Ibexes are very gregarious animals, despite the fact that the males and females form separate groups and only meet when they rut. An excellent climber, they occupy steep, rough terrain at elevations of 6,500 to 15,000 feet. An ibex's hooves consist of a hard rind and leathery soft core. They provide secure foothold on rocky surfaces and rubble. The Alpine Ibex enjoys a rather dignified status. It is considered the king of the Alps, and many mountain regions use it as their emblem.
For us, it's important to stay close to nature, to be in touch with nature, and look that we do not harm the nature. In fact, it is like we need the mountain, but the mountain does not necessarily need us. So we have to try to preserve our wonderful region, landscape, nature we have here.
The UNESCO Biosphere Intelbook is unique in Switzerland because of its moors with over 50 plant species and the karst formations. We're in Zyberland, which means plum land.
Exactly.
And this is really about a fairy tale about 300 years ago where mountain men love plums, and at night they go and find gold, give it to the knights, and then the knights give them plums?
Exactly, a 300 years old fairy tale which built up new in the year 2000 with the absolutely natural treasures. Okay. So you find there moorlands and different water landscapes, and they are very special, but also all under protection by the government law. The pigs here live free, they have more space than other pigs.
Rain or shine, the Mountain Man path provides a great chance to see the natural vegetation and enjoy the sounds of the water flowing in the local creek. We're looking at a little plum on the plum tree.
It's a local fruit. It's called Holunder. From this fruit you can make syrup or liqueurs if you like it a little bit harder. And it's very good for your health. It's important that it come all down.
Definitely not.
And so it's sometimes quite dangerous if you have to walk in a storm or something like this.
They're wonderful places to stop along the path, enjoy a fire in the forest. What do you call this place?
This place is called the Knight's Castle because the knights from our book live here and use the wood to build up this big castle.
Over 'em.
He's doing what I did.
As we walk in the forest, we can hear real alpine horn music. Who's our musician?
It's Oliver from Nebicon.
Thank you for playing for us.
Thank you.
Is this the name of where we are right here?
That whole
That's
thing.
the name. We're supposed to put our right hand in first because it's farther away from the heart, and then our left hand and circulate to create a healthy circulation. Whoa. Ah. This is a natural pond from a spring, and that the algae is formed because of the particular temperature.
Exactly, because it's a different temperature. The sun is shining or the weather is bad, so it's an absolutely natural product.
Oh, it's cold.
And faster, and then it would be colder than before.
Oh my.
And if you go out, first left, then right.
Woo. Whoa, I can feel it. I can feel it going numb. Whoa.
Here we are now in the moor landscape of Salavideli, one of the biggest moorlands in the whole area. Especially in these places, this is all private property. It means the government has contract with the private owners to protect this area. They get money if they protect the area better than before.
This is what we're standing on. It's very sponge-like, and of course it has water if we squeeze it. It has meat-eating plants. And this is the basis for what creates the moor.
Exactly. I bring it back to the nature because it has to come back. We are here in a protected area.
In this moor, we still have the acidic water. How does it affect the plants?
Take a look at the tree there. The trees grow very slowly because the ground is so acidic.
So even though they're short, they're old. How old?
16 and 18 years.
This moor grass is an indicator of the fact that we're in a moor.
Right, exactly.
You only see this moor grass in the moor.
More on very wet areas, yeah. That's the point. A lot of people come here to collect the lovely berries.
So they must like the acid.
In the Village Intel book, in the biosphere, there is an energy tour which includes this sheep farm where they milk the sheep to make cheese, but also use wood and solar for energy.
That's the sun garden, means all kind of plants which are inside have in the name some like sun. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why it's called sun garden.
What kind of rock is that?
Kalk in German, but I don't know in English. It's a special stone because if the rain is acid, the stone is dissolved. So that's the reason why the mountains look so scary.
While the average tourist may not visit a farm, the Woollyhof organic farms provide a great chance to see animals in a natural, healthy environment.
We are living here on this organic farm. We produce beef. We are living quite near from the city center, from Luzern. It's only 50 minutes to drive. We have on this farm cattle and pigs and 1 goat, 2 donkeys.
This is part of your farm, and I know that you've planted some flowers.
Yeah, we have done it. Here is a flower meadow planted, and the next year they are giving very nice and natural flowers.
And you also have some fruit trees.
Yeah, here we plant 20 apple trees, and they are giving very high.
Sure, very tasty.
We can make some apple juice.
Sounds delicious. use organically grown grains to feed to your animals?
Yeah.
And you know that by the symbol here?
Yes.
Which is the organic symbol?
This is the organic symbol in Switzerland or in Europe. This one.
Oh, 3 months old.
Oh, here comes the big mama.
It's cute.
With this behavior she can cool down because the earth is cooler than the air and she lies there in this wallow.
Lily. The name is Lily.
But she was This is our wood. We are hitting the houses with the wood, and this one has to be maybe for 2 years here to getting dry, and then we are hitting the house with them.
And this wood came because it's a local from the local forest?
Yeah, we have got also forest here near by the houses, by the farm.
I think the organic farming is the right way of farming in this place, and we want to help to distribute these products of organic farming.
Okay. Just for you. Just for you. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. You worked hard for that. Oh, you want one too? You feel left out? You feel left out? Oh.
So,
this looks delicious.
Special meat from Olihof.
All of this is organic from here.
Yeah, all the products they made yourself. Yeah. This one here, this area is from the pigs. Special products. We have cutlets with the fat. It's very, very nice to eat this. While the pig is 6 months old, 2 months longer than normally.
Very warm welcome at the Palace Lucerne here in beautiful central Switzerland. We are the 5-star hotel of the city. We are a luxury hotel, and the palace has a tradition more than 100 years old, so we have completely different rooms. All of them are 136 rooms. Some of them are really modern as the Suite of Arts, others are in the Art Deco style, and others again are more or less in the style of a Grand Hotel. So we're very proud to be a 5-star hotel and very proud to be a member of leading hotels of the world. It's a commitment that we give to our customers, a commitment concerning quality and service, and we would love to welcome you here once at the Palace in Lucerne.
Shake one of the big ones. I want to hear one of the big ones. Is that that's a big cowbell, right?
Spinach dumplings?
Yeah, that's right.
Spinach dumplings. And this is like a hash brown of some sort?
Rusty cooked in the oven.
Yeah, it's a hash brown of types.
And what's the name of this?
Caponetti.
Okay, caponetti. And this one?
Kleinen Pinja.
And this one?
Capoons.
Capoons, and this is a pepper?
Vegetable leaf.
Leaf.
With dough inside.
With dough inside.
Maloons. Maloons.
What is that?
It's sliced potatoes and roasted in a pan.
Okay.
So this is the hash brown style one.
Yeah.
And these?
And this pizzockel.
Pizzockel is a mixture of cheese, ham, potato. It's an old peasant's meal.
Applesauce?
Yeah.
And you serve applesauce on top of what?
Where do we?
Maloons,
With
yeah.
anything?
It goes on top of...
Go ahead, go ahead.
Does it go on everything or just one particular thing? It goes on top of that.
Enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
Great, thank you.
The Swiss Alps here in the Lucerne region of Switzerland are breathtaking. I look forward to returning to enjoy more of the natural beauty and the cultural experiences. On behalf of Educational Communications, I'm Nancy Pearlman, wishing you a natural, unspoiled environment.